We're on a live stream looking at Fantom. I'm doing some cool shit with the charts that you will not see anywhere else on the entire internet. So go ahead and take a look at what we're doing. These are called origin lines. You will only find origin lines on my channel. And what I'm doing is I'm extending them. So I must have made these origin lines before I knew how to do it right, because these are not all perfectly parallel. Let me get rid of my macro channel. I'm going to get rid of those origin lines. And let's get rid of these, because Fantom could be a really good play per one of the comments I got here. So all right, here we go. Let's make this fast and easy. Yeah, it's already got a master origin line area. I think this one looks, well, it might be too steep. Oh, those are parallel. Good. Awesome. Okay. So this is a big zone, or they're close to parallel. Once I get going, it'll go a lot faster. And I got a comment the other day saying, you should plan this out. No, I guess he was saying it in a good way. So it wasn't some dumbass saying it, but somebody made the fair comment that, hey man, you should plan these out before you go. And honestly, I totally disagree. It's more valuable to see how I'm doing this instead of me just fucking telling you. I know a lot of people are in a hurry and you just want me to tell you up, down, here's the price, but I mean, from a sustainability standpoint, that's not the way you want to do it. I'm showing you how to look at this long term. And it's probably going to be right. Or it has a good chance of being correct. All right, here we go. Now let's start moving. So I got my stuff set. See how that's about equidistant? Okay, beautiful. So I think in the spirit of every 4 years, around November is the top of every single Bitcoin cycle, right? It's proven true so far. It is an accurate statement, roughly around that point, 4-year cycle. I was among the pioneers of the 4-year cycle is going to break, but we were wrong. And it's possible it did break. We just don't know it yet. But still, it looks like I was wrong. With that disclaimer out of the way, to make the loose assumption that the top of the next cycle will be around November of 2025. That's what this is, okay? So what we're doing here that's really cool, besides putting on extremely valuable origin lines that you cannot find on anybody else's channel anywhere on the internet, besides that, I'm gonna show you how to think of things long-term, and this is kind of how I blew people's mind by, or noobs. I blew noobs' minds, them calling me clairvoyant and stuff, with altcoin price action during the bull run. Which, for those of you who have made it this far in the bear market in your class of 2021, you will look clairvoyant to noobs next bull run, so you will have your turn. Okay, let's say this line right here. So we can already rule out that Fantom is not going to hit the stop line again. That's just not the way it works. Crypto anymore does not hit its top line again. Not even Bitcoin anymore. Bitcoin hit its twice. 2013 and late 2017. No, it might have been, but it doesn't do it anymore. All right, so you can already say that this line ain't gonna be it. I would guess the first guess I would even consider is here, but let's see if within 4 years is that even freaking reasonable? Not really. No, it's not reasonable. Have a bigger market cap than Bitcoin, I think. Because if you multiplied the amount of coins in circulation times that number, I think it would be bigger than 500 billion. Actually, let's go see. I'm trying to show you what is possible and what's not possible and where to rein in the thought process, right? We're going to set our widest fence, like the absolute perimeter of our property, right? And then we're going to essentially establish what's going to be our backyard where we play the most. Does that make sense? All right. And that's what we're doing. And I'm telling you, it's with the exception that this dies, it has a great chance of being correct. So let's call it, by the time that happens, let's call it 2.7 billion. $27 with 8 zeros. Okay, bigger than Bitcoin, so that ain't gonna happen. All right. So this line's out too. What about this line? $23 in 4 years. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billion. A $62 billion market cap? Yeah, it could actually be bigger than that. But that's the very bottom one. So if this is the absolute peak of the cycle, which means it'll go down a lot lower, it's still have a $62 billion market cap. So that is possible. That might actually be in the middle of our parameters. That sounds about right. Maybe the low end. If this stays a big cap that performs well, maybe it could be this one, times 85 or so. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, so about the size of Ethereum? Yeah, that's possible. Is it likely? Not really, but it's very possible. I mean, honestly, it could be close to it, you know, with the unsafe assumption that this survives into the next bull market, which it probably will, but with that, you know, assumption, if I can make that assumption, then after that assumption, if it does well to get to what Ethereum's market cap is in a bear market, but during a bull market, that's actually reasonable. That could be close to probable. Like maybe a 50-50 shot of hitting that. All right, so that might be my favorite line. So why are we doing this, Tim? Well, just realize this has a damn good shot of being your absolute top line, just like this one was next bear market or next bull market. So what does that mean needs to happen before then? You got to fill in some lines, yo. You got to get down to get up, and it's gonna. So the best I could possibly see this doing, you know, it could kind of go sideways here and not go down much more, but that's if it goes sideways till next June. I don't think it's going to be that lucky to hit this next June and not before. And I'm using this reasoning like deduction here. This is probably, this has a, so this line, or this line. So one of these three between here, there's an extremely likely chance that if this coin survives and does well, it will peak out in this zone. Does that make sense? Like it's extraordinarily likely or lower. Like it won't go above that, right? So if that's true, it's not just going to go like this the entire time or like this, right? So with that, it can't just stay at this line. So it's got to hit this one, but it's also not going to go sideways to hit it at a dime, right? So it's still losing 50% of its value if it does this. But if it needs to hit this line, it's going to be before next June. It's probably going to be February. So let's mark off February. Give me a thumbs up for sneezing and not sneezing like a girl. I can only sneeze like a girl on Saturdays. On the weekends, I put the anal in analysis. All right, working on my new slogans. All right. So with that said, if it is lucky enough to base off that line, that's still 6 cents. If it does it a little lower, a little longer, if it does it over a longer period of time, 10 cents. But I've already covered this. I already think it has to go under 10 cents anyway for a totally different reason. But this is your idea of long-term thought processes on Fantom. This makes it about the size of Ethereum in a bear market, but during a bull market, that's reasonable. So it could go a little higher, it might stop a little shorter. This is a sweet zone. So if this is the best guess, then it has to fill out some spaces. It can't just ride this the whole way up. So because of that, bare minimum, this line has to be hit. It has to hit it roughly, around this line, which would give it, 7 to 10 cents for a bottom. Now, if it does, well, so let's say in the weird scenario, it does come down here to, let's say, 7 cents on a wick, and it hits $83. That's 100,000%. Yeah. Coins only did that. Only 2016 coins did, or 2014 and 2015 coins did that sort of percentage. That would be a sweet, that would be massive. If all of those things happened, and again, I'm not saying that situation is probable. I'm not saying this is probable. I'm showing you the math of the boundaries. So imagine you live on a lot of land. You can't use it all, right? So you're gonna have the outside of the property one way, and then closer to your home another way, right? So we identified the outside parts. Where does our perimeter end? And then, okay, what's closer to home? Where are we most likely to play? That's everything we've done. Doesn't mean from bottom to top, this is my guess, right? That's not what I'm saying. I got a lot of people come on my channel thinking that's what I'm not saying that. Just mathematically, this is how it could happen. And with your statement, I agree. It is in the charts that this could have, from bear market to bull market, this could have, honestly, this is kind of compelling. This could be a really good play. It could be. Whatever it is that you're going to share in a DM or whatever it is, I can let you know right now, the chart does support whatever it is you're going to show me that from a fundamental standpoint says this could have a great bear to bull transition like Cardano did because it got beat up so hard in the bear market. So that's Fantom for you.